Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us on Daybreak Extra. Now, we're going to start this segment by taking a look at the Weekend Trust, which is full packed because there is no Sundays, so you get to enjoy this for throughout the weekend. A major story, of course, is unanswered questions over the Qur'an convention. Now, the sponsors, okay, we're talking about this Quranic convention. We've seen a lot of people talk about this situation. We've seen people address this, saying that when it comes to the convention, I think apologies for the one on the screen right now. It's not the current one. This would be addressed like shortly. So the unanswered questions about the Quran, we saw how it started, the conversation of Quran convention, saying there is a push for it to be started. We all know how much Nigeria is when it comes to religious matters, which of course our faith is strong. We are a religious country for the two major religions that we have, and there is a push of, okay, at a peak of situation or life or modernity, as we claim it, that's morality or immorality rather is taking wave. There should be some kind of bringing our youth back to the line of religion, of modesty, of morality. Hence the push for this Quran convention. But then now people are raising a bit of concerns about it, because I know we've seen a bit of posters here and there in the nation's capital. I mean, I have seen one. So the writers, of course, are talking about how sponsors are unknown. And this is one thing that, of course, has to be identified. Like I said, I was driving through the FCT and Abuja, and I saw it clearly. I saw a banner showcasing this Quran convention that is meant to happen. And if we are going to go by what has happened in 2024 of that Ibadan Stampede, where there were organizers, including the ex-queen of Ile-Ife, it is that we need to understand the plan of the organizers. We need to know who is organizing it, considering the insecurity, the fear of loss of lives, the fear of unorganized situation that could lead to harm to people. All of this national security needs to be done. So definitely, if there are no sponsors, or if they are, which we know that someone definitely behind it, then that people really need to come, identify with the government, identify with the police, security agents, and all of that. That way we get to understand what your motive is, what your plan is, what your security measures are. All of this is something that needs to be done in order not to have a repeat on that. No event can happen without sponsor identification. So that is one of the questions that has been raised. And we have Sheikh Balalau saying that we can fund our conference. Now, of course, these are few people that have come to say, okay, we are going to fund this. But then, if you're funding it, who is truly behind it? We need stronger faces, stronger names, to come and talk about this. And there's this top oil executive initiated project. This is according to Sheikh Jalingo. Now, when the questions were asked, other people are coming out to say, okay, we are going to fund this. And then Sheikh Jalingo is saying the top oil executive that initiated this. So we want to know who are the top oil executive. I think there should be more names and faces to be known. So northern clerics are divided on this topic, on the entirety. Now, I don't know the details of why there is a bit of different opinion, but then we all know humans, we're all like that. We cannot all go on a straight line. There's definitely going to be a bit of difference opinion, which perhaps, who knows, me and Fatima right now could have our own different opinion on this. But that is what the northern clerics are saying. And there is a pictorial of we have Sheikh Abdullahi Balalau, we have Sheikh Dahiru Bauchi, Sheikh Sani Yahya Jinger, Dr. Ahmed Gumi, Sheikh Kabiru Haruna Gombe, Sheikh Karibullah Nasser Kabara, we have Sheikh Ibrahim Khalil, and Professor Muhammad Sani Rijier Lemono. So these are people talking about this. Fatima, talking about this unanswered question and this Quran convention. When you first heard of it, what was your take on all of that?
Well, you know, when it comes to religion discussions, sometimes you have to be very careful what you say and what you don't say, you know, but this is something that I wouldn't want to say anything right now, because I don't want to air my opinion, and then, you know, it may end up hurting other people regardless. So let's just leave it.
But anyways, okay, Fatih said we should leave it in peace. We'll just have to wait and see how everything unravels.
Yes.
Yeah, but for me, I know the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, I like it. I like the idea. I would want to, you know, see young ones, just like we say. There was this time in life where someone did a competition in school. I think it was somewhat of a debate that was done, and this young girl emerged, secondary school competition, and people were saying, why are we not talking about this girl's achievement?
Why not doing more?
Yeah, you know, other people do something silly and social media goes on uproar and it's trend.
That's the reason why I said I don't want to say things, because sometimes you just have to be careful what you say. Yeah, as much as it's good, like you said, but like you just said, there are things that is worth trending and worth putting out there. But, you know, we're talking about this couple of days when I was telling you, I said, people literally put every aspect of their lives on social media. There's no secrecy anymore. There's no privacy anymore for people. Like, it's just crazy out there, you know. So, but when good things like this are happening, you don't see people talking about it or pushing it. So you tend to wonder, what do people really want? You know, but then that's the reason why I don't actually want to see. Well,
every T needs to be crossed, every I needs to be dotted. So we'd have to wait and see how all of this unravel. Now, beside this major story, we have bandits kill 3 and abduct 24 in Zamfara. Now, this is a time where we are seeing bandits like Kachala and his men come out to say, we are now dropping our arms, we are repentant, we are sorry for what we've done. I mean, Kachala and his boys. But then there is still that insecurity. A chunk load of them are coming out to say, we're dropping our firearm. We want that peace. I
mean, we've seen our reporter Bello do a report on it, right? When they said they are dropping their arms, especially 3 gangs along
Kachala
the Kaduna.
I know of that.
But then you keep seeing that, and then when their claim is sometimes they go back to pick their weapons when they drop the weapons, and still people come to attack their own communities, and they have no choice than to defend their communities again. But I just feel when you are doing amnesty, like you're dropping your weapons and you say, oh, I'm done with this, then you should be done. Repentance should actually be real, not something that you would go back to. You know, so we just hope that now people will begin to have peace, you know, so that people will be traveling freely without having the fear that something will happen to them, or their loved ones will be kidnapped or even killed at the end. Because it's just something that you don't want anybody, even your enemy, you don't want them to be in that situation. So.
It's traumatic, and bandits are still in rampant, when it comes to Zamfara State. So a lot needs to be done. The governor there, Minister of Defense is also from there, you know, Defense State. Matawale and then the governor Dauda Lawal, they need to, I think, join.
You know, talking about Zamfara, you know, Turji has been hiding, and even after his second in command was killed and all that, so they are going to be.
He should be. He better run.
He should run, because he doesn't know where he's going to find himself.
He's literally caused mayhem on people, Fatima. At the time when Nigerians are poor, you're still telling them to sell their land and give you because you've kidnapped their loved ones. It's too inhuman.
Because you can't say you are doing this for your people anymore. This is a selfish situation. Exactly.
So we hope that our security agents, agencies over out there just continue to be safe, and also put in the good word and do the good and right by the people. Now, away from that, we see PSC orders police officers above 60 years to retire. Okay, now this is one controversial topic
which was discussed yesterday, I think, on Daily Politics.
So if at all we are waiting and we're saying 60 years should retire, then why are we still having, I don't know how old,
I mean, they are still deliberating
IGP is. But for me, I feel like it does not really speak well for Mr. President.
At all.
It doesn't speak well that just because you want to make sure someone does 4 years in office, then you just go and change and give an executive order and change an entire bill to say that we need this police people to take or to reach a certain particular thing, it does not speak well on the precedents at this, because we've seen a lot of people just do 6 months in office and then they retire. We've seen judges, do that. Immediately you're appointed a judge after 3 months, 6 months, and that's it. You retire, and that's it. But then now you're changing the narrative. So what happened to the younger ones out there that do not have jobs? We still need the elders to vacate this place so that the youth can have a job. And we saw the situation that happened in CBN, saying that because they had a lot of
people that they dropped,
a voluntary exit of saying we'll give you money. So if you are told you're pushing out, and then some youth take on these opportunities, but then you're now extending for the older.
I mean, extension should come for what we just talked about, like reduction for pension access for people accessing their pensions. Extension, if you're going to extend, it should touch every sector, not just one particular office. So that's, I understand where you're coming from, but then see, there are still deliberations going on. It's not really fully said, they are going to extend it or not. So definitely, people will counter. There'll always be people for and against.
I hope the president will listen to this, because there are steps that you don't go back, and you keep losing the trust of your people, because this does not speak well of his administration.
True.
Now, away from that, below the headlines there, we see inside Delta community where bicycles are essential commodity. I was driving by today and I saw someone on bicycle. Now, please, can you borrow me your bicycle?
I mean,
let me ride it to work, because I do not have fuel to burn today. But first of all, we all know the importance of bicycle when it comes to exercising, because it literally exercises your entire body, and then you still get to, at least you don't spend a dime.
Yeah.
The only thing you do is when your bicycle has issue, that's the chain, you go fix it. So yes,
but like you said, this morning I was actually saying, I think I need a bike.
Yeah.
Because it's something that you can actually do, even if it is just once in a week. You just ride on it just to exercise, make sure you get your body moving and what have you.
So
I mean, it's
really
actually really good, because I've seen people actually using bicycles to go to work. Yes. And they are going to be the healthiest people.
I tell you,
especially for those that will not have time to do exercises, go to the gym and what have you. So it's actually really
and bicycle
nice.
Is one of the exercise. Bicycle riding is one of the exercises that involves every part of your body. I mean, bicycle, swimming, and then running.
Everything.
Those are the exercises that you move all parts of your body.
Yeah.
So it's really good. And then these people it's essential, and I'm sure because they are farmers, they go to the farm, put their things and
aside from that, they were. I think there's a country. I think I watched one documentary somewhere where people actually use bikes to transport people to some certain places, that because they don't have maybe cars, motorbikes and all that.
Yeah, that's great.
They actually use bicycles.
Things are happening.
A couple of years back, I mean, a lot of things happen. Yeah,
I want to read this story to understand what is happening there. But then, Delta community, I hope I get to visit that place and just enjoy the bicycle over there and the community. Now, away from that, we see Wicked as bold and unforgettable Nollywood most fearsome women. Now, this is...
And it's just two women they decided to just put out there,
I don't know why their faces are there. But I know the person in charge of this column, our very own Rosemary.
Rosemary, definitely.
And she always does great about this. So it's really great where she takes an angle every Saturday and give us an angle. And these people have left legacy. These people have legacy.
And they chose two of the craziest.
Yes.
Patience Uzokwa and Eukaria Abu.
Yes.
I mean, this if you are following Eukaria, you'll be wondering, what's wrong with this woman? She will not change.
Don't
but
forget,
she's a nice person.
Just her face, she gives that. I am mean in movies.
Yes, and then Patience also. I mean, you just can't, have it in. You can't have enough of going back to even watch some of their old movies, even though they have kind of changed. They're shifting from acting wicked and all, because people tend to see them that way.
As that.
They spoke about it that way because they keep playing one role. Like Okana is always been accused of being a ritualist, and people using him for skits and what have you. So it's actually crazy, but then it's fun.
talking about that skit, there was a skit I saw and they said, Canada is coming. Please, I still want to live long. So there's that situation. But I always appreciate when people do, put in their all in a movie to a point that people literally assume you're that character. And I'm grateful, anyways.
I mean, it takes a lot.
Yes, and I'm grateful that we've moved from a Nollywood that one person is known for one character alone to being diverse, because actors should not be restricted.
Exactly, because there are actors that actually came out to say, oh, they are tired of being put to act prostitutes and some stereotypes and what have you. So it's good to see the shifts,
of course,
so that people will understand that, okay, this is just fiction. People should understand that they are fictions. Even in real stories, they still add some fictions to just make it different from the reality of what the story is. But then there are true stories, but with some little touch of spices of fiction and what have you. So.
Well, these are some of the stories. I tell you, Weekend Trust is always packed, so make sure you grab a copy. These are some of the stories that you'd find on Weekend Trust this Saturday.
Yes, and then let's quickly take a look at Saturday Punch this morning. The major story there says US-based Nigerians go into hiding amid Trump's deportation crackdown. This is actually a sad one, because the 3,600 Nigerians are being deported, and still more are going to be deported. It's not just Nigeria. I've seen Koreans and other countries that were also deported. So, but then it's sad.
Have you seen the videos? People, like someone was in the car, they were trying to pull him out.
I've seen it.
Imagine having to even spend years there. Now this is the problem with crime. It always chase you.
Yes.
Our parents always told us that don't do bad things because you cannot hide it forever.
Yes.
So this is a case that you've gone there illegally, but then you've worked, you've acquired a car, you've acquired a house, you're able to do things for yourself, and then they uproot you. And guess what? The government would not carry all of that possession.
Wherever they get you, I mean, it has. I've seen where it happened when I've been in other countries years back, where you see people are actually being deported. Like wherever they find you, they deport you straight. They don't give you the leverage, to go and get any of your properties. And so, as of that time, it was in Saudi Arabia, and you see the people, which they call them the Takaris, they have this lalita, and they put everything that they acquire in money and in gold, just in case. What? So yes, so it's actually that crazy. Because you are going to go mad.
Imagine spending over 10
and then
to 20
leaving
years
all
in
your things in that place, and you don't know who you can reach out to get them for you. And you're not even sure if she's going to get to you.
At the end of the day, please, if you want to leave your own country to another country, please, I beg you, make sure you do it legally. There are tons of legal ways to get through another country and start your life, because it's really heartbreaking. And there are some people that have kids. Because of the birthright, the kids are now automatically US citizens. So they remove a
and don't
father
forget that is
mother.
also changing.
Yes.
As Trump said, it's also going to change. There has to be a parent that is actually from the state. So that is also changing. Now, from now henceforth, because you birth your children in US doesn't mean they are going to be citizens anymore. And well, it's for those that are citizens that have had the citizenship, now congratulations to them, definitely. Then the writer says, we have stopped going to church, work and public places. And this is coming from immigrants, definitely, because these are the places that they are cracking down to see where they are hiding, because some of them cannot afford houses or even jobs and what have you. So they sleep in the churches and some places that they cannot get access to. And hence the reason why he said those places should be looked into.
Imagine what they are going through.
Yes.
So I know that there was a time on social media, someone posted a place, I think just example, like a shopping mall, a big one, and said, please, if you are around this place, don't go to this shopping mall. Because there are people there, security men there, waiting to deport you.
Exactly.
That is really traumatic.
Well, we don't know. It's sad, but then at the same time, they are doing what they feel is right for their country. So we can't take it away from them. Well, moving on to other story. Dark side of Okite rituals, where youths get buried alive to acquire wealth. Now, this was actually in the movies way back, where we get to see things like this, that people will go and get buried in coffins just because they want to make money and stuff. But I can't imagine that it could actually come to existence in real life, that people could actually go to this extent.
From that that young man that trended with the head of that young lady, it shows us that our youth have been taking a very wrong path. Because
not
you
just
have
youth.
to, anyways, it's
Don't forget the video of the man that killed his daughter and his son also, and he was carrying the head, and the villagers were chasing him. I think I still have that video. Is something you can't afford.
You killed your own child.
Yes,
I missed on
you
that
have not
story.
seen it.
No, I missed that.
I'll
story.
definitely send you the video.
You killed your own child.
He was holding their heads like this, and the villagers were exactly. So it's not just the youth. I mean, you see, if you know you're going to kill your children, please don't birth your children anymore. Don't get married. Don't give birth if that's the case, because you can't just keep killing innocent souls for something you're not even sure if it's going to work.
It is not going to work.
It doesn't even work.
It's a delusion.
So these people need to go to psychiatric.
All of them. Anybody that is arrested, just look. Have you ever seen a rich man being arrested for killing someone?
And the so-called native doctors that they go to have been poor for the longest of time.
That is what brainwashing. That is where brainwashing comes into. That's what it means. Because you're going to someone who is literally poor, whom literally will tell you that it's out of the money that you've made that you're supposed to come back and
kill
give
your
him.
Mother, kill your child, kill your brother,
and
just to make money.
Ends meet from you.
Yes.
Because you tell you, oh, you've made it. Okay, now start coming.
Well,
and
there are documentaries and investigations that were carried out. I don't know if you remember, Ejiro. She came with the fastest rider, the biker that we had sometime last year, and she was also on 30 Minutes with Mala Manir, and she talked about she actually investigated on ritual. Is it really ritual? Does it really work? And what have you? But then there's something beneath the carpet that people don't get to understand, and these are organ transplants. Like, these people are actually harvesting and killing these people and putting them into parts just to sell, which is actually totally wrong. I mean, last week I was talking about where I saw a partner saying he caught his girlfriend or his partner talking to his friend, and he cut her fingers, and I was like, what gave him the right? Who gave him the right to cut someone else's child's fingers? She doesn't belong to you. And she has parents.
The funny thing about the same people, they are the most selfish people. They would be scared of death. I'm talking about the people that literally can easily kill someone. Yes. They are the most terrified when faced with death. Because I don't understand how you can just remove some sort of your iman, your faith. You act as though you are a carnivorous, a horrible animal. You become a predator and just want to kill someone.
Because actually, some of them are actually cannibals. They can't do without eating human flesh. Well, I mean, we are being too obscene right now at this point with the conversation. Really just go through page the Punch just to know what the story tells. And then, I contemplated suicide after Lagos thugs gang raped me. This is coming from a 22-year-old student.
That's so sad.
It's sad, it's actually very sad that a lot of crimes keep happening, which definitely later we are going to be talking about it. I mean, any moment from now, we'll open the phone lines to hear from you about, issues like this. Definitely we'll love to hear from you if you're watching us. Let's move on. Femicide epidemic, grim realities of ladies brutally murdered by supposed lovers. The issue of the lady that gospel singer killed is not just the first. It's just not the one of its kind. It has been happening, but then it's becoming too much, like we keep saying. Well, go through page 42 and 43 for more details on that. Ganusi, why Wasiu Ayende should apologize for dragging Islamic clerics, and this is coming from Al Hikmat chief imam. Well, we just talked about some, things that has to do with religion and what have you. Well, go through page 2 for more details on that. A drunk Lagos driver kills army officer. 18 others lose arms and legs. Well, this Punch is actually just giving us sad stories today, but then it's what we can't do without reporting these things for you people to know what is happening. Go through page 18 for more details. And then PSC retires police officers as SANS debate IG's tenure extension, which we talked about. You can go through page 9 for more details. PDP government back Ude Okoye as national secretary, demand NEC meetings definitely for March 13th. Well, go through page 4 for more details on that. And then we have this lovely couples that we've seen their videos and stories going around for over a week now. I'm talking about Tubaba and Annie, and they said inside the story of the Tubaba and Annie's failed marriage, which we are not happy. It actually touched us. A lot of us that have we love love. Actually, we felt it,
of course.
So but then some things you can't take away. Well, this is the much story that we have for you today. Well, and then we have come to the end of this segment. Just do well to go through some of the newspapers that we are not able to take for you this morning, and it's also that time that we need to open the phone lines to hear from you about topics that affects us all. Stay with us after this break.